Today we're making Keto Jalapeno Cheese Cornbread. We're making it in the air fryer, and in today's recipe I'm using Cornbread Extract for the corn flavoring. You can also use baby corn. I did test it out both ways, but my preference was the extract. But if you prefer to use the baby corn, then that's fine too. I think most people use maybe about half a can for a recipe like this. So feel free to use that. The cornbread extract is kind of pricey. It's like $20 on Amazon. But I did try a couple different ones, and this one, in my opinion, was the best one. I will leave a link in the description down below just in case you want to give it a try. But then there's also the option of the baby corn if you don't want to spend that. Before we get into the video, I did get a new shirt. My friend got me this shirt. It says, "Don't forget to like and subscribe." So on that note, make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. My friend actually got me this shirt, so shout out to my friend Monica. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Guys, so to start off this recipe, we're going to start with 1.5 cups of almond flour. You want to make sure that it is finely sifted. So we're going to be using this bowl, and now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of coconut flour to the mix. And here I have 3 tablespoons of sweetener. I'm using monk fruit. And here I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda. And that pretty much is it for our dry ingredients. So we'll just go ahead and give it a mix. And just make sure everything is all blended in really well. Next up, we're adding in our melted butter. This is about 4 tablespoons. And to that, we're going to add 4 eggs. I have 4 large eggs here, and we're going to add all of those in. Alright, and then go ahead and just make sure that's really well combined with your dry ingredients, and you're going to look for a batter, of course. And we're not done adding our ingredients in, so just going to kind of try to mix in the eggs really good, and then we will continue with a few more ingredients that we have. Alright, and here I have 1 tablespoon of unsweetened almond milk. I'm using vanilla almond milk. You can use vanilla or original, whatever you have. That's just what I have. And now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Just go ahead and mix that all in. Alright guys, so now we are going to give this cornbread a little flavor. We are using some cornbread extract. This is the one that I got off of Amazon. The other one was from Ooh Flavors, I think it's called. I'll go ahead and link both of them down below. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons into the mix. Now we are adding in our jalapenos, and this is about a half a cup, so use it to your preference. This is 1/4 cup of green onions. You can leave them out. It's optional. Okay, and then our last ingredient is the cheese. We're adding in 1 cup of shredded cheese. I usually use cheddar cheese, but I have the Mexican blend right now, so that's what I'm adding in. It really doesn't matter. So Mexican blend or cheddar cheese, whichever one that you have. Today we are making these in the air fryer. You can make them in the oven if you want to, but I don't like to run my oven that much during the summer living in Arizona, so we are making these in the air fryer because, hey, why not? It's possible to do them in the air fryer, so why not? This recipe is going to make about 12 muffins. When I was lining them on this pan, I wasn't sure if all 12 was going to fit, but I was able to squeeze them all on there. So like I said, we're making them in the air fryer. We're going to put them on the middle rack. If you have the pull-out kinds, then, same thing. You'll just want to place as many as you can inside your air fryer. And if you have the one with the 3 trays like mine, then just put them on the middle rack. Alright, and I'm just going to use this cookie scoop here because it's kind of like the perfect amount. So these are actually silicone muffin molds that I got off of Amazon. If you're interested, I'll link that down below. Other than that though, you can just use the paper ones, that's fine. I just like these. They're so easy to clean afterwards, and they're totally heat resistant, so they don't melt or anything in the oven or the air fryer. So if you're interested, I'll leave those down below, but if not, then the paper normal muffin tins will be just fine. So we're going to put about 2 scoops of this batter into each mold, and then they will be ready to put them in the air fryer. So let's finish filling up these molds. Alright guys, so we have them all filled, and now we're going to put them in the air fryer. We're going to put them in at about 350 on the middle rack. We're going to leave them uncovered for 10 minutes. Alright, so the muffins have been in there for 10 minutes uncovered, so now it's time to cover them. And the reason we do this is just so they don't come out too brown on top, so that they don't burn. The first time I tried these, they came out really dark on the top, and it kind of bothered me. So if you don't mind that, you don't have to cover it, but I try not to have them come out too dark at the top. So I did find that cooking them uncovered for half of the time, or a little less than half, depending on your air fryer, is the best way to go, because if you cook them covered, you're going to cook them a lot longer than 20 minutes. So now we've cooked them for 10 minutes uncovered. Now we're going to cook them for 10 minutes covered. And by that time, they should be done, guys. But just make sure you check it with a toothpick. It's going to depend on your air fryer. And if you need to, give them a little bit more time. Okay, and it looks like they are done. I went ahead and already checked them with a toothpick, and there's no batter coming out on them. I really should allow them to cool down, but I'm just going to take this out just to show you guys what they look like all the way through. And as you can see, they are, yellow all around, a little brown on top, which is fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and probably tear it open here just so you can see the texture of it, or at least the best you can. It is hot, but as you can see, this is what they look like inside, and it is just right. Let's go ahead and let these cool off, and then we'll give it a taste test. Alright, so the cornbread is done, so let's give it a try, and I will show you again what they look like. So they didn't come out perfect, obviously, but the aluminum foil kind of creeped up a little bit and came off, and I didn't notice it till the end. Alright guys, so I just want to kind of show you what it looks like when you cut it open. And as you can see, this is cooled off. It's no longer hot, so we're just going to slice it open just to give you an idea of what it looks like more up close. And there you go. There is your jalapeno cornbread, and it looks delicious, so let's give it a try. So let's give this cornbread a try. I would normally put some butter on it, but I'm not going to put any butter on it because I just want to taste just the cornbread by itself. And yep, so we went and cut that open, and you can see it has the jalapenos and stuff in it. So it looks very good inside. It's good. It's good. It kind of has that texture almost like cornbread. Like, you know how cornbread is kind of dry, like cake is kind of more moist. This one's like kind of like in between. Cornbread is normally like really dry, but this is like in between. But the flavor is pretty good, close to cornbread. I would definitely accept this as cornbread, living on keto. And you can taste the cheese and the jalapenos in this cornbread. This cornbread would be like a great side for any, you know, any dinner that you want, you know, a little cornbread on the side with some keto chili. I do have a recipe for keto chili too. If you want to check that out, I'll leave it right up here. So yeah, if you thought this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.